Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Grief Drums, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down a couple of my recent rounds so that you can hopefully learn from both the things that I did well and the things that I did badly in the hope of assisting you to improve the level of play that you're at. Now, this video, presuming I have enough time, I'm going to try and squeeze in 2 rounds, and what we're going to do is we're going to watch the round through first, probably not the whole thing, but certainly the bits that are important and pertinent. And then we're going to review what happened, why they happened, and whether it was a good or a bad thing, and whether you should implement this into your game or avoid it completely. So first up, let's take a look at this round. It was on Clubhouse. We were defending the cache server site, and I was playing as Bandit, and I wanted to just break down a couple of the bits in which 9 times out of 10, I would have completely messed up. I would have been either too aggressive or too passive. And I think that everything in this round just went perfectly. It went really, really well as a team, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Anyway, I'll leave you to watch the round.
Yeah, someone's repelling out there now.
Logistics hatch, I think, has just gone, so they're going to be pushing in bedroom side.
Have you got a Grismot mine left?
Sorry?
Do you have a Grismot left or not?
No, sorry.
Never mind. It's alright.
What do you want? A shield operator in bedroom?
I
Yeah.
reckon you could just put it there so
It's
we know if
Monty.
he came back
They're
in.
droning as well. When he pushes in, you need to start shooting at him. I'm going to get his attention. Thank you. And there's another one over there as well because they were droning. Yeah, Blackbeard's over there. Where's that drone? I can hear a drone. Just come back, come into construction. Can.
I can open logistics wall.
Yeah, do it. That's carrier.
Okay, nice.
One's pushing into
Blackbeard was the last
logistics.
seen outside
He's still on the camera. That camera's still up. He's like in that corridor.
One's in logistics,
Nathan,
left hand side.
Go flank him. Go, go, go! Get him! Blackbeard is in the hallway.
Dead.
1 op 4 remaining.
What happened to you, though?
Cafeteria on eastern stairs.
As I came, Blackbeard.
Which stairs?
Eastern.
Definitely over there, yeah? We still got... We don't need to peek it. We still got carrier over here, so let's lock down construction.
15 seconds left.
Nice. Well played.
Op 4 eliminated. Mission success.
So at the start of this round, the first thing you're probably going to notice is I'm playing as Bandit and I'm not actively tricking. And the reason behind that is pretty much down to the fact that I don't think we're going to be able to hold the main wall. Looking at the bans, Maverick was still in play. Thatcher was still in play. It was one of those rounds that I thought realistically I could get taken out by Capital. I could get taken out from underneath by a Buck or someone with grenades. A Zofia could stop me tricking. It was a bit of an impossible task. And I thought realistically, it's probably better to let them take server and we will retake it if need be. But at this point, with the sheer quantity of people floating around underneath, I decide to move over towards bedroom side and get a call that he can hear a shield over here. Jaeger can hear the shield, so I jump on cams and try and feed some information. From this, I can gather that there are at least 2 people here because there's a drone moving around and Monty. And whilst just because there's a drone there, that doesn't necessarily mean someone is there, 9 times out of 10 people drone directly in front of them, so it's pretty likely. Now, the only real way we're going to be able to deal with Monty in this situation, the fact that I have got barbed wire, Jaeger hasn't got any nitros or anything, we're going to have to get him in a crossfire. And I realised this quite early on. They seem to be unaware that Jaeger is in the bathroom, and even if they do know, Monty can only peek one of us at a time. So I call this out to the other player and say to him, I'm going to get Monty's attention, that's when you're going to need to kill him. Now, the sheer amount of intel we're getting from jumping on and off these cams is phenomenal. I know exactly where Blackbeard's going. We know exactly what is going on around us. And the fact that they haven't taken this cam out is really, really bad on the attacker's part, obviously. With where Blackbeard has gone, I can't provide much support, so I say to Jaeger, just come back to site. And at this point, Dom says to me, I've got an impact nade, do you want me to open up into logistics? Now, the fact that it's soft in itself it creates a few problems for us because it doesn't stop the attackers from coming through this way. So instead of giving them the time to set up and actually open this and pinch us from where we are, we decide we're going to push out and try and pinch Blackbeard. So when he tries pushing into the bedroom, we've got another crossfire set up on him. we do get some insanely lucky timing with Thermite dropping, and as and when he does, he instantly loses the diffuser for his team, and it's really unfortunate for them, but it's brilliant for us. Now, knowing Blackbeard is over here, I don't want to instantly run out and peek him, but one thing that you can see happen is as and when Jaeger starts to engage him, I then come round to engage in a crossfire. Almost every single engagement within this round by myself or Jaeger, they've all been crossfires. Even the Thermite, both Dom and myself, the Rook and Bandit, both had a really good crossfire on him. Credit, it was a very narrow one, but he couldn't deal with both of those targets at once. Even if I had died straight away, Dom would have got the pick and been able to refrag me, and this is really important in Siege. As soon as you get that man advantage, if you're going into gunfights and it's a 2v1 on every occasion, 9 times out of 10 you're going to win, and that is purely down to a numbers game. But I genuinely thought that this round was brilliant. It really did showcase the support that each of the team members gave to each other, and by being reasonably slow about things and actually discussing what we were going to do, and just talking it through, like Dom suggesting, should I open this with an impact grenade? It gave us the opportunity to stop for a second and say, yes or no, you know, is this going to be a good thing or is this going to be a bad thing? If he'd have just thrown it and opened that wall up, I wouldn't have known what was going to happen, and the Thermite probably would have killed me straight out, or alternatively just stayed alive long enough for him and Blackbeard to do some work on our team. This round really does show that communication is important, and not just a little bit, but hugely important in this game. Couple that with crossfires and teamwork, you're onto a winner. The next round we're going to look at today takes us on over to Chalet, and this is going to be a round where we look at the mistakes rather than the things that went well, and hopefully you can learn from the errors that I made and that I have now tried to adjust in my gameplay, as well as the errors of the team from not listening to the plan that we'd laid out at the beginning of the round. Just to put a bit of a background on this, unfortunately I don't have it recorded, but just prior to this round, it was decided we were going to try and push the trophy window. That was the intention we were going with, and that was the plan we were going to try and implement. So I'll let you watch the round, and then we'll come back and figure out what exactly happened.
We got 2 ADS.
Library stairs is clear. I gotta flank them.
They've got a rotation.
Going across into office. Going across into office.
Just wait, Roy.
Can someone ping Doc on my drone in a sec?
Get ready. Ready?
Yep, yep.
1, 2, 3. Shot him. He ran. One master.
Yeah, office is clear. Last is master.
Jaeger.
He's not behind bed.
Bathroom. He's bathroom.
He's bathroom. He's locked in there. We got him.
Is Doc the only one in trophy?
Don't know.
Yeah, Rook. Rook is the only one in trophy.
Yeah, Red, I need you to peek the door. He's on by the bed.
I know. Reload.
Bathroom now?
Got him.
There's an echo one up here.
I can drone him. I can drone him. It's tight. Just give me a sec.
I've already droned it, mate. He's pushed me to dining.
Oh my god.
He's in kitchen.
We're in kitchen.
I don't know. I can't see him right now.
Go on main window.
That's not him. That's not him.
Hallway. Echo. He's pushing. Another side.
He's injured. He's injured. I need more
Where's the
people in here.
last?
He's in kitchen. Just gonna push through to get Echo, I think.
There he is. He's
Dining.
going to hallway.
Hallway.
West main. He's trying to pick up Echo.
Must recover the diffuser.
My bad.
He's corner of trophy, but we lost a fuser. We needed to go together there.
Yeah.
Op 4
Unlucky.
eliminated all friendlies.
Unlucky.
So, as you can see, the round was a bit of a cluster, and as a result, we ended up losing the entire game. And the biggest thing I want to take away from this is the early site push. Now, I saw an opening to get into site, and I decided to take it because that was our plan from the get-go. We had said, if trophy is open, by piling in there is very little they can do. The crossfires that they can provide aren't phenomenal. They really aren't, especially with a Capitao on the team, a Ying. We should be able to gain quite a good entry into here if we can clear out anyone that is actually in the trophy. Now, in the initial droning phase, you'll clearly see that I figured out that the rotate hole was too far over to the side, and I could actually get in and lie down before they could even get a line of sight onto me. They couldn't see all the way through to the window from the dining room, and as soon as we managed to push Rook out of trophy, there is nothing they can do. They can only shoot through from the kitchen wall, or alternatively push the 2 single doorways coming into trophy. Now, if you get enough bodies in there, it's going to be very, very difficult for anyone to actually contest that. If you can get someone looking all the way through the 2 double doors, or the 2 single doors, and someone covering the rotate hole, that's fair game to plant. That is free real estate. Now, unfortunately, because the team had other plans, they decided to go elsewhere, and I am not blaming them at all. I should have quite obviously stated that I am in trophy and that you need to come down here and plant. You know, it's clear to get in from the window. You're not going to be contested right now if you come now. And unfortunately, it just didn't happen. And I don't want you to think that I'm blaming the team on this round, because I'm not. I am just as much to blame. I saw an opening, I decided to take it. And sometimes this pays off and it works really, really well. Now, on this particular occasion, I can put that down to a couple of things. I think communication was a big fall down, mostly on my part. But I think also the people's inability to be flexible in a plan. People went off and wanted to do their own thing, and there is nothing wrong with that. People believe that what they are doing is going to be the best benefit to the team. They're going to get frags, they're going to be able to clear stuff out. But I think you need to be flexible in that. You shouldn't just stick to what it is you're doing. You should also be able to open your mind and say, you know what I'm doing is great, but it doesn't need to be done because we've got site control potentially here. Knowing when to be the aggressor and when to say, you know what, let's just plant and let them come to us, you will still get the frags, you will still bag that, and you will get the win, which to me is far more important than a load of kills in a game. I suppose the main thing I'm trying to point out about this round, it's not to bash my teammates at all, it's really not. Instead, it's a case of pointing out to other people the need to be open-minded and the fact that you don't always need to be the aggressor. You don't always need to be the one getting those kills. Anyway, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you can take something away from it, and hopefully it'll help you in some way, shape or form. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did you enjoy the video? If you did, let me know down in the comments below. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay reckless and relentless.